Everyone, my name is Gabrielle Kammerer and welcome to my Wilder Vermont YouTube channel. I'm excited to use this space to talk about spirituality and astrology and just the general vibe of today, this week, this month, this year, and to use astrology and to use spirituality and to use journaling and incantations and all sorts of beautiful and inspiring energy work to move through your own incredible chapters and changes, unexpected moments, unexpected growth, things you weren't ready to hear, things you weren't ready to see or process or understand, and to use astrology as a lens to identify with yourself in these moments and to identify with others that you care about during these different chapters. So I'm sitting with you today from Connecticut, and the reason I'm here is it's extremely personal. My father has severe aphasia, which is like a next level stage of dementia. He's been on the decline for some time. He suffered from a broken femur earlier this year in April, the exact weekend of the eclipse. Unfortunately, this broken bone never healed, and he struggled with walking and thinking and couldn't complete the rehabilitation process because his mind had truly let go and sort of mudslided into now this state of forgetting. And it's sad to witness. And I was with him the other night, and I've seen him at many stages of his of this decline, and it's very difficult to see as a daughter, and a daughter that really identifies with this specific person. I feel like the daughter or the first child tends to embody like so much of the father, and I've constantly and often been referred to as his like twin, his like female twin or his female counterpart, and this like creative sparkle bubble thing that has a ton of energy, is super friendly, does not mind sparking up a conversation with strangers, does not mind being a bright light in this world, and does not mind sharing deeper feelings and impressions from my heart, whether they involve Christ and spirituality, the afterlife, or just like a business idea or relationship. I feel like I've gained so much from this man. And he's been such a grounding and wonderful person for me. And today, the goal is to go create a circle. He's seen me, he's seen my sister, he's seen my mom, but what needs to happen right now is the three of us to come together and to surround him and to form that perfect circle. And what we're hoping is that that circle of our family and our original unit, that in itself will help him relax into letting go. The other night when I saw him at the hospital, he had these like jumps in his body, and he had tears in his eyes when he told me he feels like he's being like ripped from this life to the next, and he knows he's moving on. He knows like the next chapter isn't going back to Roy in Connecticut and seeing the dogs and sitting on the couch. Like, there's no hospital bed there's no professional facilities to care for him in this stage. He literally has scars up and down his leg, from a recommended hip replacement that would have reduced the pain that he felt on his birthday that led him to being in the hospital, but now with the combination of anesthesia and these scars, and now completely trapped mind and body, like, it's time to let go. There's really nothing to come back for. And he leaves me with such tremendous like catalog of paintings and talent and memories, sandcastles and dollhouses, and all the things that he so diligently created for his children to create a beautiful and abundant childhood for us. He was truly a self-made man. I grew up with a self-made family. We grew up in an affluent community, but it was not for lack of talent or gifting or any edge that was assigned to them they truly did it on their own. So I feel like in my own like upbringing and creation of concepts like Tom Grow and Wilder, like how will I, match this energy that I was gifted as a child, and even attempt to convey it through my work and the gifts that I feel like I have been given. I'm not a painter, but I'm a speaker, and you can hear it in my voice that I'm here to speak to you, and I'm here to talk to you, and I have messenger energy, and my work is to communicate. And I'm so grateful that many years ago, because of my father's interest in the in astrology and things like just a regular old deck of cards and their incredible symbolism, if you just break down the symbolism of an ordinary deck of cards, what it represents is a calendar year, and you can actually use this material to forecast, and it's one of the most ancient and reliable forecasting tools that is available to us today. So like if you take that concept along with astrology, you can really navigate these difficult times or like overwhelming chapters of your life and put it into context of a chapter in the time of your life that is guiding you to where you need to be, because relationships are not a straight line, work is not a straight line, ideas are not a straight line, nothing's a straight line, nothing is done perfectly. In fact, I had a major wake-up call yesterday, and it's interesting. I was using this journal, interesting story, and I was excited to use it. It was a gift to me from Christmas, and I was excited to, have this gift. And now I know a little too much, because inside of this gift was a letter that sort of changed my life and my perception of things. I don't think the letter was intended to be there, but I saw it, and I see now what I need to do to change things in my home and personal life. And that was an interesting moment, and it happens to coincide with what I'm here to talk to you about today, which is the new moon in Capricorn. We've had a lot of activity in Capricorn this year. Pluto had a major transit in Capricorn this fall. It spent its like last and final days in Capricorn through September, October, November at this 29th degree, or this composting degree. And the Sabian symbol for that degree is businessmen behind closed doors making decisions. And then it combined with all this other energy like exactly around the time of the election, and some of the Sabian symbols were literally a daughter of the American Revolution. Like, you can't make this stuff up. So I love astrology. I feel like it is so powerful and empowering, and it's not witchy, it's smart, it's intelligent, it's math, it's science, it's astrology, it's stars and planets that are bigger than any of us could ever imagine. It's energy beyond our minds. It is the sunset and the moonrise combined. It is like the tides of the water. It is so magical, and I encourage you, if you have any interest in astrology, to please pursue it. Even if it's just a hobby, like get in the know of these transitions, because you can get blindsided in an instant. I feel like your life just gets rolled over and smashed, and a relationship is now beyond repair. But who are you in that environment? Who are you in the context of that insane a wake-up call? And how will you navigate it? With your voice, with your heart, with your chakras, with your with how you know deep down to expand. How do you know, and how will you know to navigate these things? So you could talk to a lawyer, or you could talk to a medium. And I think we can take mediums a lot more seriously, and I think it's time to take mediums and astrology a lot more seriously for their gifts, because what they have are gifts. These are gifts and insight that help us navigate very tricky situations, that deal with our emotions, and our emotions are what need the attention in our day-to-day life. We can have goals, but what's the motion that will the emotion that you will motion into purpose and passion and a placement in your life that will create income and stability and things that you can count on for your future, because everyone needs to take deep and nurturing care of themselves, because it is confusing when you lose your way, and you can lose your way very quickly. And some of these pages of the journal that I began yesterday before I saw this like weird secret letter were about my cannabis addiction, and I've been open about it on Instagram to like some quiet degree, but I struggled with it. It's like such a recreational drug. It's like fucking free. It's like it's so ordinary that it's easy to obtain, and then when you're having a hard day, like, oh, take the edge off, oh, take the edge off, oh, take the edge off, like keep taking the edge off, like. And what I opened up about is that like that cannabis addiction was really linked to some intensity that I was experiencing at Tom Girl when I was an employee there. I felt so overwhelmed with um, these like masculine energy and presence, um, and I didn't have like the money or the mind. I was a new mother to navigate an exit from a business that I created and built and imagined, and then it definitely was overrun by some unexpected and pretty disorienting male energies. And I knew last summer that I needed to totally change my life, and that was shitty, and I didn't want to do that. But meanwhile, I was still struggling with this addiction, and I struggled with it up until about 6 days ago. I even did the work to download an app. I'm very grateful I did this. And the app is now showing me progress, and it's amazing the way life and the world and the universe works, and gives you these gifts of growth exactly when you are ready to receive them. Because up until that moment, I wasn't ready to be honest with myself about how much power it had over me. It was definitely like, it's sensitive. It's like, smoke in your throat. It just was giving me like a scratchy feeling. And while it was fun to like feel that calming sensation, I'm so grateful that it is, at least 6 days behind me now, so that I can be fully present with my father, pardon me, today and tomorrow, and for these final moments of his life, where he was this like rainbow in my heart. And of course, I'm dealing with family energy and so much more, but this post is meant to be about the new moon in Capricorn, which is happening on December 30th. And we've had a lot of activity in Capricorn this year. There were 2 full moons, not just one. There was 2 full moons in Capricorn this summer at the end of July, or end of June and July. So like thinking back to those energies. And then there's also these like this whole Mars activity, which is so fascinating to me. Mars is currently retrograde in Leo, and it is going to stay retrograde in Leo until the first few days of January, and then it's going to go retrograde into Cancer, and it's going to retrace many conversations and revisit some themes and events from this summer in August specifically. And all this Mars energy is actually happening in an opposition to Pluto, which is now in Aquarius, but it was in Capricorn. So we got this new moon in Capricorn. And just to kind of like quickly reference that opposition, think of an opposition as a tug of war, like a sort of like a a battle of energies, and you can either like sit across the table from that energy and just like acknowledge that it's there, or you could have it fight and be like, pushy or pulley. And I appreciate that that's there. It definitely informs my state of mind and where I need to continue going mentally and emotionally with my heart and my feelings and my emotions and my ideas and all these great things. So, new moon in Capricorn, it's happening at 9 degrees. And when a new moon happens, it's happening conjunct the sun. So conjunctions are in concert, conjoined. It's like double energy. So the energies of day and night combined. And the Sabian symbol for this new moon is an albatross feeding from the hand of a sailor. Think about that. And I know I referenced it in my last post about the solstice 2025 and of course this new moon. But what I love about this new moon is particularly that symbol and then some other key moments. It really is a special new moon. So get ready to get motivated, and maybe you found a secret letter that was changed your life forever, or changed a relationship dynamic that you weren't expecting. And I'm just going to reference some of my notes here. Some fun facts about albatross. Some albatross have wingspans that can reach up to 12 feet in length. And these are not small or insignificant birds. They have been observed by sailors for centuries and seen as symbols of good luck and guidance on long sea voyages. So if you've seen an albatross at sea, it was likely that favorable winds of change were coming. Alternatively, an albatross inside your heart and mind could be a huge burden that no one can see or feel but you. Are you weighed down by a past situation or a mistake or a responsibility that you cannot escape? It's true, our actions have consequences, but the key takeaway here is trust. Building trust with everyone involved in your idea or dream that is currently taking shape and unfolding in its perfect timing. Free yourself and free your albatross. Let this enormous wild bird feed willingly from your hand, and let what you feed it be brilliantly kind and nourishing. You've gained this bird's trust. Now feed, bless, and delight. Internalize and experience the freedom. Feel the vastness of the ocean. Remembering that albatross are said to cross long distances without flapping their wings once. This is a call to embody effortless grace and exploration. Feel the symphony of air, water, earth, or nourishment be the fuel of your next year's adventure. And please make it to next summer, where you will see the growth and shoots and green leaves of what you planted today. I love you and thank you for listening to my words and the permission to embody this wisdom and guidance for anyone that wants to listen and feel these possibilities together as a collective. More astrology soon. Love, Gabrielle. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.